Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. As always, I have to give my disclaimer. I am not a professional nail tech. I am just a girl DIYing my nails at home. Alright y'all, today we are starting off with an old set. This set lost two nails, so we gotta rebuild them too. I'm gonna start off by pushing back my cuticles, and then I am going to file off the gel polish. So I filed off the rest of the gel polish off camera, and now I am going in with this little tiny cuticle bit. I don't even know if it's a cuticle bit, but yeah, I'm just using that to go in my cuticle area to clean up all the dead skin and anything that I feel like should come out. I honestly don't really know the difference between those two cuticle bits, but I know like when you're using them, they do different jobs. So the little tiny one really gets under my skin, and then this one just kind of goes around. So yeah, I like using both of them. And now I'm grabbing my cuticle nippers. I don't do this every time I do my nails. I like to wait like maybe every 2 to 3 sets to really allow those dead skin to really grow out so that I can get a better grip of it. And also remember, I'm using my non-dominant hand, so it's very risky if I don't want to cut myself. So I usually wait about 2 to 3 sets before I cut my cuticles with a cuticle nipper. Okay, so now I have my nail glue and my nail tips for the nails that are going to be rebuilt. You want to make sure that your nail tips fit from one end of your nail to the other end. You don't want it to be too short. If you don't have one that fits just right, you might want to size up and then file it down. It's easier for you to file down than to grab a nail that doesn't fit because it'll easily pop off. Okay, once my nail tips are dry, I'm going to file off the shiny surface. I'm going to also lightly buff my natural nails, and then I'm lightly going to shape my nails as well. I've told you guys I'm trying to avoid filing my nails before building the nails so that I can get a better shape and not overfile my nails. Now for the nails that are going to be filled, I am going to shorten them just a little bit so they can match the new tips that I just put on. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And I am using a lint-free wipe with rubbing alcohol to remove the dust. You can also use a paper towel if you don't have a lint-free wipe. Now I am going to grab my Bond. This is the number one from the Kiara Sky Jelly Tips collection. It's the Bond. It's supposed to help with the longevity of your nails. After applying the Bond, I apply a primer to my natural nails. It doesn't matter if it gets on the builder gel, just make sure it touches your natural nails. And then I go in with my base coat. So I apply one coat of it and then put my nails under the UV light for at least 30 seconds. Okay, so now I have my builder gel brush. I have my builder gel and I am going to apply it. So this is the one that I'm using. Because I am right-handed, I usually do the bulk of the picking up the product with my right hand and then I just move it over to my left hand to apply the product on my right hand. This works for me. Now, if you are left-handed or if you're right-handed, you have to figure out a technique that works for you when you're doing your non-dominant hand. For me, it just works out best when my right hand does most of the work and then my left hand just does whatever is left over. And something that also works for me is that my right hand is the one that does most of the moving around to apply the product, and then my left hand kind of stays still. This is a technique that works for me. You got to try different things to see what works best for you. And I just finished applying my foundation layer. So I'm going to put that under the UV light for at least 30 seconds. Now, the second layer is going to be my strength layer. So it's a bit more heavier, but I'm not applying it closest to my cuticle. I'm starting about a third of the way down and then I'm applying it to the rest of my nail. So this second layer is more for the strength of my nails. That way, as I'm going about my life, my nail doesn't break. So for the nails that are being filled, it's a little bit simpler. I just pick up a small bead and I fill in closest to my cuticle area. That's pretty much it. Now I do run the product down to the rest of my nails. Just because you don't want to overfile your nails when I'm filing. So that gives me a little bit of cushion. As you can see, I have a little bit of overfiling anxiety because I've done it many times. And I'm using that lint-free wipe with rubbing alcohol to remove the sticky layer left over from the Builder Gel. And now I am going to file my nails. I am going to start with the e-file. However, I dropped my e-file and look at this. Look at this. Y'all see this? Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a new file, but I was already in the middle of doing my nails, so I just try to make it work. But yeah, I gotta get a new one. And now I'm moving on to using my handheld file. The handheld file is used mostly, well, I use it mostly to sharpen the shape of my nails and just make everything more crisp and sharp as best as I can. I am using my non-dominant hand, so I don't use it the same way that I would use it if I was holding it with my dominant hand. So again, what I find to be the easiest way is to hold my left hand still and then move my right hand to do the things that I wanted to do. That works for me. Sometimes you'll see me put my right hand on the table and then move my left hand. Sometimes that works too. So just figure out what works best for you. After filing, I go in with a buffing block to make a smooth surface for my gel polish. Now, sometimes you're gonna find that you're gonna have to go back in and do a previous step Okay, so here I'm going back in with my e-file because I didn't like the way that was looking. So I took my e-file and I just kind of went over it and fixed it. So yeah. And for the last time, I'm using that lint-free wipe with rubbing alcohol to remove the dust. And then that's it. You are done building your nails. You have a nice clean surface for you to do your nail art, or you can just apply some top coat and call it a day.